Just testing the mic quickly. Can everyone hear me? Perhaps, Rainer, if you can just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Awesome. Thanks, Rainer. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Bernard, and I'm the head of community with ChainEX. And I'm super excited to be able to share with you guys some more information with regards to ChainEX. Tonight's topic is Ask Me Anything. We have a special host here, Daniel Irabor, who's the Business Development Manager from OKEx. So I'm super excited to have him on this call tonight. He will be sharing more from his side. And tonight we welcome you, Daniel. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. So before we begin, I would like you to, like, for the next 10 minutes, just talk about what you do at ChainEX, because I'm sure there's some people here who don't understand what ChainEX is all about. So perhaps you could actually just talk about what you do at ChainEX for like 10 minutes before we start. Thank you.
Sure, thanks, Daniel. So as I've mentioned, I'm the head of community. So I'm actually also a shareholder and partner of ChainEX. But with that being said, as I've just mentioned, with the topic head of community, I'm one that actually has a large amount of people that I've actually connected to ChainEX. I've got quite a bit of relationships within the industry, and part of the head of community for me is, bringing people, connecting with people who actually have quite large influence within the space. Perhaps also assisting with small nitty-gritty stuff, assisting people getting to the support sections. Just, all in all, making sure that ChainEX is operating smoothly and that the community is always informed on certain topics, so that the community is also always happy with new developments. Anything that might come from the community, I'm trying to bridge that gap between ChainEX as well as the community. And obviously on ChainEX side, we've been operating for more than 3 years, and super exciting to see where the company is going, and also obviously the different developments that we have that we are constantly working on. So I'm not sure, Daniel, if you would like me to elaborate more. Perhaps if you could specifically point me in a direction, then I will elaborate more.
Well, what I was talking about is, I just wanted to know, okay, what is ChainEX? What do they offer, like their products and services, things like that? Because, they say no knowledge gained is wasted, So I just wanted to know, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious, because I have people who have been messaging me, okay, what is ChainEX? What is ChainEX? So I just wanted to see if maybe you could actually clear the air and explain to people what ChainEX is all about. But I think so far you've done a good job, and a quick Google search should be able to solve that problem. So without wasting your time, I want to really thank you for taking your time out to explain what ChainEX is, at least in simple words. So welcome everybody. It's 3:04. My name is Irabor Daniel Ehimare. I'm the business development manager for OKEx, and today we'll be talking about margin trading. And the person who will be handling that, who will be doing the talking, is Prince Ogah. I don't know if I got his name correctly. Anyway, Prince Ogah. So he's actually a seasoned trader. He's very good, one of our best at OKEx. So he'll be talking about margin trading. If you have any questions, if you have any query, just feel free to ask him. So, Wanda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're welcome.
Hello, guys. Good evening. I believe it's evening too in South Africa, yeah? So, good evening. Now, margin trading. Now, as we go along, I'd like you to write down your questions in the chat box, and I'll get to them so you don't actually forget what you want to ask. Now, my name is Prince Solomon Ogah. I'm the Chief Investment Officer at Wonder Fund. We are a analytical and cryptocurrency financial market trading company here, and we do we educate how the market works and everything. So now I want to anchor this program for you guys, what margin trading is all about. Now, a lot of people know what futures trading is, but they really don't know how that margin and trading, what exactly is the difference between margin trading and futures trading. Now, they are not the same thing, although they are similar in a lot of ways, but not the same. Now, futures trading, as we know, it's contracts. You take a contract, you want to buy a particular, let's say Bitcoin is going to go up, you want to long Bitcoin, and then you go to the futures market, and then you're placing a buy with a certain amount of leverage, 10, 20 times leverage. Now, this leverage you're taking on allows you to buy more Bitcoin futures contracts. So when Bitcoin goes up, you're amplifying your profits, or when it goes down, your loss is also amplified, yeah? So what exactly is the difference between Bitcoin futures and margin trading? Now, margin trading is different in this way. Now, when you want to trade margin, now let's say I have $100 in my account. I want to trade Bitcoin margin. Now, I simply, on the OKX platform, I simply transfer my $100 to my margin account. Now, my margin account, I think Bitcoin futures on OKX has a maximum of 10 times leverage that you can use. Now, using 10 times leverage, you're not buying Bitcoin contracts. You're directly borrowing money from OKX to buy more Bitcoin. You're directly borrowing money from OKX to buy more Bitcoin. So let's say you want to take 10 times leverage on your $100 deposit. 10 times leverage simply means you're borrowing $1,000 from OKX or $900 extra to buy more Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin goes up, you're earning more money, and then you're paying a fee to OKX for borrowing you that amount. On a daily basis, you're paying a fee. I think it's usually 0.2% or that's 0.3. 0.2, 0.3% daily interest for as long as your position is open. Yeah. So you're paying an interest on the money that you borrowed to be able to buy more Bitcoin or buy more of the assets that you're margin trading. Let me show you how this actually works. Who's our host? Could you allow me share screen, please? It's ChainEX. Could you allow me share screen? I think I made a request for this earlier.
Hold on, give me a few seconds.
All right, thank you. All right. Well, he's working on that. Now, as I was explaining, the margin market works similar to the futures market. The only significant difference is the fact that you're actually borrowing money. This time around, you're not trading Bitcoin futures contracts. The Bitcoin you're buying or the money you're borrowing is used to buy directly into the spot market margin or order book, right? If you borrow $1,000 to buy Bitcoin, you're actually going to buy Bitcoin. You're not buying Bitcoin futures contracts, unlike the futures market. So if you borrow $1,000 to buy into the Bitcoin market, you're directly actually trading Bitcoin as you normally would. Yeah, just with a lot more capital than you deposited in your account. Amplified leverage, or it's more like a loan. Here's some money, use it to trade, and then you give me interest at the end of the day. Unlike the futures market where you're only, all right. So now this is OKX margin markets. As you can see, we have quite a lot of pairs, 5 times, 10 times leverage on them. Now this is Bitcoin market. Now I already went ahead to deposit $100 in this particular account. Now you come up here to where you see leverage. click on leverage to select the amount that you want to be able to borrow. All right. Let's say, you know, I just want to double the amount that I deposited in my account. So that's 2 times. You know, you can raise it up to 4 times or even up to 10 times if you want. Okay, so they even give a warning: your leverage is comparatively high. Please beware of risks. Of course, we're trying to manage risk in the market, so we're always going to let you know when you're going overboard. All right. So let's say I want to use 5 times leverage. Submit. Now I want to borrow using 5 times leverage. Now, on my $100 deposit, I can borrow up to $400 on OKX right now. I can borrow up to $400. Well, I don't think there's a minimum, Mr. Wandy. I don't think there's a minimum you can borrow to, or you can have in your account to borrow. All right. So right now, with $100 in my account or 100 USDT, I can borrow up to $400 to trade. Now, borrowing USDT simply means I'm trying to say, okay, Bitcoin is actually going to rise, or Bitcoin is going to go up. So I want to borrow USDT to buy more Bitcoin in the market. Yeah. I want to borrow USDT to buy more Bitcoin in the market. Now, if I want to borrow BTC using the same amount I just deposited, as of right now, my $100 amount is 0.0096 Bitcoin. If I want to use 5 times leverage, I can borrow 0.03484 Bitcoin. Now, borrowing this amount, I'm going to come to sell into the market, and as Bitcoin goes down, or rather, if I sell this into the market right now at $100, as the market goes down, I'm earning more Bitcoin, right? As the market is going down, I'm earning a lot more Bitcoin because I have more USDT to work with. That's how the whole borrowing thing works. You borrow more money to buy more or to sell more. You know, every trade is a two-way streak. Your buying is someone else's sell. If you're buying into the market, someone else is selling. As the market is going up, if you're in USDT, you buy into the Bitcoin USDT market. As Bitcoin is going up, you're earning more US dollar. As the market is going against you, you're losing. If you're holding Bitcoin and the market is dropping, you're losing dollar. If you're holding USDT and as the market is going up, you're losing Satoshi. Yeah. So if you borrow a lot more, let's say using my 5 times leverage, I borrow $400 from OKX to buy more Bitcoin because I anticipate, okay, Bitcoin is actually going to go up. So I borrow USDT so that I can buy more Bitcoin. Instead of buying just $100 worth of Bitcoin, I'm buying $400 or $500 worth of Bitcoin because I've amplified my leverage by borrowing money from OKX. So as Bitcoin rises, instead of earning $1 on a 1% increase, I am earning $5 on, well, that's 1% of $500 this time around, which is $5 on my trade. Now, what OKX only takes on this is a 0.02% or 0.03% or 0.02% daily interest rate on your sell or your buy position or your margin trade, really. So you see the interest is significantly lower or lesser compared to how much you could be making. Of course, you will not enter a trade to make only 0.01% or 0.02%. Yeah. If you're entering the Bitcoin market, you'll be aiming to, you know, at least a minimum of 5%. So the interest rate is significantly lesser and allowing you to make a lot more money on this particular trade. Now, personally, I like talking about margin trade because it allows, you know, a lot of people want to trade, but they don't have the capital or enough capital to make a difference in the market. So using margin trade, you don't have to expose yourself to the kind of risk that futures trading exposes you to. You can simply use margin trade with a lot less leverage and a lot less risk involved. Instead of borrowing money and then earning or losing 5 times the amount or the you know, the way futures market is volatile, you enter with a 10 times leverage and the market goes down by 1% and you're losing 10% already. The margin market doesn't work like that. You're simply borrowing a small amount and then you're paying interest on that amount based on how the market goes in your favor. Okay. So the margin market is actually a lot safer, if you're looking for a less risky investment, if you're looking for a less risky or an investment with a lot less risk averse, you know, you don't want to lose your entire capital and you want to amplify profits, the margin market is a lot more advisable to go into than the futures market. Now, the margin market actually helps a lot in the case of, you know, you want to trade less volatile assets. You want to trade assets with a lot less volatility. Using margin, you know, you can go up to 10 times margin, and then, you know, you're not amplifying that massive risk that you're exposing your account to when you trade futures. Liquidation is not there. You cannot be liquidated. Yeah, there's no liquidation, so you're always safe on your trade. Are we following? Hope I'm not going too fast. Yeah, if the trade goes again.
We're following.
All right, perfect. So the margin market is a lot less safer, a lot less risk averse. You know, personally, I don't take high risk trades. Yeah, if you come to me and you're asking me, okay, this market I think is going to go up 100% in 24 hours. Yeah, I'm not going to participate with you, because I think trading actually works by accumulating profits rather than trying to make all the profits in a single day. Of course, if I see a trade or a market that has a lot or a small risk potential and a high possibility of playing out, of course I'll go into it. Like take Bitcoin for example. Now I'm highly bullish on Bitcoin. Yeah, possibly 10.7, 10.8, or 11.200. We could see that in the next few days. So with this projection, I could actually take a margin position, you know, and say, okay, if this happens, let me not miss out or simply make only $1 or $2 on my $100 deposit. Let me amplify my position using margin. Let me amplify my position using margin. And then you simply take or just borrow that money and then you go into the market. Now, I've been talking about Bitcoin going long since, and I've not mentioned the short part. I explicitly said this when I said you borrow Bitcoin. You see, it's obviously written there, short Bitcoin. Now, if you're borrowing Bitcoin, you borrow Bitcoin here, you simply come and sell into the market. Now, as the market is going down, you're accumulating a lot more Bitcoin. You're gaining more Bitcoin on your short position. You're gaining more Bitcoin on your short position because, okay, I borrow Bitcoin now and I sell that Bitcoin into the market. Let's say I buy or sell one Bitcoin directly into the market right now at $10,415. I have one Bitcoin. Now, when I have 10,415, one Bitcoin drops to 10,200. If I try to buy back into the market with my USDT that I just sold back into the market, I'm going to have give or take $200 in profit off of this single trade. So it works both ways. It's just like how when one trade, you know, we sense Bitcoin is going to drop. Everybody is always so giddy when Bitcoin wants to drop, yeah? And then they want to preserve their dollar value. Now, preserving your dollar value doesn't only curb or prevent you from losing money. It also increases the amount of Bitcoin you earn when Bitcoin drops. So simply going into Tether is taking a two-way trade. Preserving your USD balance and also increasing the amount of Bitcoin you're going to get at the end of the day when you come out of that particular trade. You know, most people don't see going into Tether as a trade, but it's actually a trade. For those who know how this thing actually works, going into Tether on its own is a trade. Yeah. So you can simply borrow Bitcoin, sell into the market, hold that USDT. As the market comes down, you buy back into the market, you pay back your loan, and then you're left with a lot more Bitcoin than you did when you actually entered that particular trade. And all OKEx is taken from you is 0.02 or 0.03% interest. The rest of the money is yours. The rest of the profits and everything is entirely yours. How can I use margin trade to hedge against the current price of Bitcoin but still capitalize on the upside? Would I have to use a stop loss to rebuy, or should I? Sorry, I don't understand that. How can I use margin trade to hedge against the current price of Bitcoin? Now, you can't have you can't have your cake and eat it. I don't know. From how I understand what you're saying, you cannot long Bitcoin and short Bitcoin at the same time. If you do that, you're making profit in one angle and you're losing money in the other side. So it basically just keeps you on the same level. So you cannot, if you go long, you're going long. If you go short, you're going short. Just be airtight with your analysis so you actually know this is actually what I want to do. And this is where I think the market is going to. So you can lean on that. All right. But besides that, I don't think I can tell you, okay, this is where you can hedge, prevent losing, avoid losing money and make money at the same time. It doesn't work like that, yeah? So if you're going long, you go long. If you're going short, you go short. Okay. So this is what margin trade entails. This is what it means to be a margin trader. Now, thanks to ChainEX OKex partnership, I hear we're going to be having a competition soon. There's going to be a few giveaways. So I'm going to leave that up to our ChainEX officials to handle. Okay. So, any questions on the OKex, on the margin trade, as well as other questions that you have when it comes to trading the cryptocurrency markets, preferably in relation to margin trading?
Okay, thank you very much, Wanda, for your well-detailed explanation. So I'll be taking some of the questions, although you read some. I didn't want to interrupt you when you were talking so as not to distract you from your flow. So
Right.
somebody, yeah, someone digital is asking. He said, please, when I borrow, do I get charged hourly or after the close of trades?
After the close of the trade,
Okay,
you
that's
get charged after you've closed the trade, not hourly.
all right. So someone digital, I hope you understand that now.
From
Well,
the this thing, they said it's 24 hours, yeah, daily rates. So obviously we can't charge you hourly. We charge you after you've closed the trade, and then we just accumulate how long that trade has run and stuff, and then just charge you at once. Yeah.
all right. Chinedu Kingsley is asking. Okay. Chinedu, your question. The class is being recorded. I would ask ChainEX if they can get it on Vimeo. So Wandy KMX is asking a question. The person said, in a situation the market goes against you after you borrowed for a trade, how do you pay back what you trade or what you traded?
Now every trade you enter, you have a capital at stake. Yeah. You have a capital at stake in that particular trade. So let's say you borrow $400, or you use the 5 times leverage and you're giving an extra $400 to enter a trade. Now, if the market is going in your favor by 1%, of course, you're going to be liable for the losses. Yeah. So if you take a trade with 5 times leverage, the market goes in your favor by 1%, you're earning $5. If it goes against you by that same 1%, you're also going to be losing $5. The exchange is only allowing you to borrow money from them for you to be able to earn more money. So of course you have to still manage your own risk and your own risk exposure by yourself. So you can only run a trade up until how far the market can go. You see some of the markets on OKX have a lot less leverage attached to them. Some you see 5 times leverage maximum. Yeah, that's because these markets can be a little more volatile than the usual ones, so they don't want you blowing your position in a single trade. So they are allowing you to borrow less, so as to be able to hold this position for as long as possible, so you don't just blow your account as once.
All right, thank you very much. Please keep your questions coming. Prince is here to answer everything. So basically, the thing about margin, I think Prince is trying to break down is this: like every other form of trading. It involves its own set of risks. But OKX tries to limit those risks, but it can never totally eradicate it, because it's more or less like entering into an agreement, using your own cash, and you're saying, okay, if this agreement goes well, I stand to make a lot of profits. But then it also stands to reason that if it doesn't go so well in your favor, of course, naturally, you're also liable to losses if you get maybe careless or maybe you get carried away. And that's why they always tell you that, if you're going to make a good trader, you should first of all eradicate greed and emotions. You should be able to logically deduct what or anticipate the way the market is going to go. Of course, naturally, no matter how good you are, you will surely encounter losses. That's just part of trading. You encounter losses at some point. But then, if you are calm and if you do it properly, your winnings or your earnings will be more than your losses, basically. So if you still have questions, keep it coming. Okay, I think there's a question. So somebody from Rhino Mister said, can I use both USDT and BTC as collateral for lending or only USDT?
You can use both. You can use both, not just when you want to transfer to your account. You don't really have a Bitcoin transfer. Yeah? I deposited USDT in my account, but when I want to borrow, I can also still just borrow Bitcoin. My USDT will just be converted to the current value of Bitcoin. Okay.
All right, thank you. So I think somebody said, Chinedum Kingsley asked, is it safe to apply for the lending?
Yeah, I think it's as safe as it can be. It's not like as if they're asking you to put up collateral or put up your house for it. It's simply the amount that you transfer to your margin account that exposes you to the amount that you can borrow. Okay. So the 10 times, let's say that you have a 10 times leverage. The 10 times leverage now is calculated based on the amount in your account. So on my $100 deposit, I can only borrow up to 10 times of $100. If you have $100,000 in your account, you can borrow up to 10 times of $100,000. So I think the safety, there's no safe or risk involved. It's just based on the amounts that you have in your account.
Okay, so from Ogunton and Samuel, he's asking if the trade goes against, for example, maybe you wanted to say if it goes against you, for example, the $100 example you listed with 5 times leverage, and you lose $5, does OKX still remove certain percentage after you close the trade in loss?
Hello,
Yeah, I think they
were you
do
able to
that.
read the security there?
I think they'll still take
The site just came up now.
the
Sorry, Wonder, please hold on a second. Mr. Okay, he has muted himself. You can continue.
right.
Thank you.
Now the the margin or the leverage we're allowing you to take does not have a condition of if you win this trade before you will be charged a percentage. There was no such indication in it. Yeah. So the money you're borrowing, whether you win the trade or you lose the trade, that's why the percentage is actually very small. When you win big, they are not charging you a bigger percentage because you won this trade, so you're going to, or you ended this trade in profit, so you're going to pay 20% of the amount that you made. No, it's static. Whether you win or lose, it's 0.03% maximum. That's like a third of a percent. Okay, so it's actually very small. So whether you win or lose, it's just like the transaction fee. It's almost insignificant.
All right, thank you very much for that breakdown again. So please keep your questions coming. Wanda is here for you. All right, so before I forget, Michael, I don't know if you're still there. Wanda mentioned something about a giveaway because I know a lot of people here they heard giveaway and they're like, yeah. So can you please explain a little bit about the giveaway and what they are expecting?
Sure, I'll do that for you. Just again, testing my mic. You can hear me?
Yes, boy, your volume is a little bit low.
Okay, 1 second.
Is this better now?
Yes, it is.
Great. So yes, we have this margin trading competition coming up. It will be 10 days, which the trading will commence, and there's $1,300 USDT actually worth to win. And it's a margin trading competition. And again, it would be incentivized for users trading on OKEx with the margin trading. And it actually starts as soon as the 25th. So therefore, from tomorrow, the trading will start up until the 4th of the new month. So 10 days of trading for competition, and therefore $1,300 worth of USDT on the line for trading, margin trading on OKEx. And this is again thanks to the partnership of ChainEX and OKEx.
All right, thank you very much. So for those who didn't hear him, he said there's a margin trading competition on OKEx currently, 1,300 USDT on the line. The trading competition will be starting on the 25th of this month, which is tomorrow, and it will be ending on the 4th of next month, which is October. So everybody get ready, 1,300 USDT. Try and grab your own share out of it. All right, so
Daniel,
right,
sorry, I also want to mention, I see there that more details has been shared about the competition. So it is in the chat section. So for all the members who are on this call at the moment, there's a blog that actually elaborates on the competition, and everyone can find it within the chat section.
All right. So if you need more details about the competition, please check the chat section of this meeting, so you'll be able to get more details. So Wanda, I have another question for you from an iPhone user. The person is saying, can you please explain futures so we know the difference? So basically, can you just like briefly explain it so they'll be able to understand the difference? Because I think some people missed out on the earlier part of the explanation. Yeah.
All right, no problem. Now, the futures market, when you want to trade the futures market, now obviously you're going long or short. Now the difference between the margin and futures market is this. For margin, you are actually trading the currency, the cryptocurrency. You're simply borrowing more money to trade that particular currency. Now, for futures trading, you are not borrowing money. You are amplifying how much of your capital is at stake for that particular trade. Now, if I'm trading margin, I want to trade margin, and I'm using 5 times leverage. It means I'm borrowing more money, let's say $500 more, to top up my own account. That's assuming we're still rolling with my $100 example from earlier. It means I'm simply borrowing $100 more to top up my trading account so that I can buy $500 worth of Bitcoin instead of $100. Now, I am actually buying Bitcoin. When you buy that Bitcoin, you will see the Bitcoin balance there in the Bitcoin market. You are buying directly into the Bitcoin market. Now, for the futures account or for futures trading, when you want to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin, you're simply buying a contract. That's why you see the order book usually isn't order large. You see 1 or 2 Bitcoin contracts. You see the amount of contracts that you're purchasing based on the leverage that you've exposed your account to. So you're simply amplifying a or buying a contract that says, if Bitcoin goes up, give me so amount of money. If Bitcoin goes down, give me so amount of money, depending if you're going long or going short. Now, margin is significantly different because you're buying an asset. You are simply borrowing money to buy the actual assets. Unlike futures where you can just buy, amplify your leverage anyhow. That's why in margin the leverage is streamlined. It's not too wide, so that it can actually allow you to pay back that amount. You see, we don't have more than 10 times margin on any exchange, really. I don't think anybody's giving more than 10 times margin because you are actually borrowing money from them to buy these assets. But for futures trading, you can have up to 125 times leverage because it doesn't really matter. You're simply just exposing your account to more risk. 0.5%, 1%, your account is blown, or you can double your account in just that much time. But margin, no, it doesn't work like that. You're actually borrowing money to buy this asset. So they are not going to allow you to just, borrow money anyhow. I hope that was okay or clear enough.
Okay, thank you very much. To the person who sent in that question, I hope one that has done justice to the question. So once again, for those joining us, Michael from ChainEX talked about the giveaway. Said they are giving away $1,300 worth of USDT in the margin trading competition. The trading competition will be starting on the 25th of this month, which is tomorrow, and to be ending on the 4th of October. So please get your accounts ready. And speaking of accounts, if you don't have an OKEx account, I think now will be the best time for you to sign up. If you need a sign up link, myself or Wanda will be willing to help you out. So that the thing is, if you use the sign up link from either of us or from one of our partners, you get access to so many bonuses and things like that. So, but that's done on that. And Wanda.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you hear me, Wanda?
Yes, I can.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just asking you this question. What, in your own opinion, between sports trading and margin trading, which would you say is preferable and why, in your opinion?
Sports trading and margin trading is virtually the same thing. Margin simply means you borrowed more money to trade the sports market. So if you're trading sports or you're trading margin, the only difference is, did you borrow money to buy more or to sell more? That's the only question. There's no real significant difference. Margin is still buying into the sports market. The only difference there is you borrowed money. So whether you're trading sports or you're trading margin, you're really doing the same thing. The only significant difference there is, did you borrow money from the exchange to take this particular trade? Yeah. So I can't really
Thank you very much.
tell you this is better than this one when they are all the same thing.
So quick correction. The trading competition is only available for those signing up the ChainEX sign up link. So please, the ChainEX crew will drop their sign up link very soon. And if you need more information about the trading competition, please look into the chat box and you will see it there. For those who are just joining us, let me see if I can repost that. Okay, so I'm going to repost it for everybody. Sorry, give me a second. All right. So there you can see the details about the trading competition. All right, BC Odele, thank you very much. Joker, somebody left a compliment. Wanda, somebody left a compliment for you. Joker said you are the most high, but I think that is for God alone. But anyway, now if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Wanda is still taking questions. Or am I wrong, Wanda?
No, we're here now. Of course, we're taking questions. So let's see how far we can go.
Let me ask you an honest question.
I'm scared now. Okay, go ahead.
Can you describe your all right? Can you describe your experience so far using the OKEx platform? For those who are just joining us, we'll still do a quick recap. Can you just describe your experience using the OKEx platform?
Well, so far so good. I think just like everybody, we started trading on Binance, because it was, the name as at when we started. But coming to OKEx, I think I've seen a lot more that I would have done easily, with OKEx than would have with Binance all the while. The one thing I'm actually a lot more enthusiastic or happy about is the stop order. In crypto trading, there's just this one thing that is always so stressful: running up and down to come and stop loss. That's one key factor has really messed a lot of people up. because you have to be keeping tabs and, going to go and look for a service that will be giving you alerts on when the market gets to this particular price or that particular price. So we're always going back and forth. But with OKEx's OCO order, you get to place your take profit, your stop loss at the same time with market order. That's a significant difference with market order. When the market has a flash dump or a flash pump, when you simply just place, normally the OCO order has a trigger price where you just place and then, the market, it puts your order in the order book. But with the market order, as it's triggering your market or your order price, you're selling directly into the market regardless of whether somebody is going to buy in or not. That one key factor solves a lot of problems. I think that's the one thing I love about OKEx mostly. It's just that single factor that I don't have to come back with. I don't need to check too much. I just sit down and wait, and then the market does what it wants to do. When it gets down, once my trigger price is hit, my stop loss or my take profit is automatically filled. I don't want to know. It's sold directly into the market. And now the best part about this is the spread. Now, considering the liquidity on OKEx, you don't have to worry about that factor of, if this thing sells now, I might be selling, my market order might be selling 3, 4, 5% into a lesser market price. The market is liquid enough that there's less than 0.0001% price difference between orders. So even if you're selling at the market price, you're virtually just selling at the current market price using the market order. All right. So I think that one key thing, solves a lot of problems for us when it comes to cryptocurrency trading, especially for those who are doing something else attached to the trading thing. We can't sit in the market all day. We can't just stay and, trade all day. It's not possible. So having that assurance that, okay, yeah, regardless of what happens, once the market hits a particular price, my order is triggered, or it gets to this price, it's going to be sold, no problem. So we are rest assured. You just do your analysis, come to the market, take a trade, place the necessary orders, and you go about your daily business. Okay.
Thank you very much for that. So for those still on the trading competition, please check. Everyone should check the chat box. The link from ChainEX is there, so you don't miss out on it. For those who are just joining us, ChainEX is doing a giveaway 1,300 USDT as part of a margin trading competition. The competition will be starting tomorrow, 25th of September 2020, and will be ending on the 4th of October 2020. So if you need more details, there's a link in the chat box about the details. And there's also a sign-up link for everyone. Please don't miss out on it. So I'm going to copy it in case you need it. I'll forward it to you. So I think I saw a question or so in there. Okay. Some people are giving their appreciation. So this question is directed at ChainEX. Somebody is asking, Chinedum Kingsley. He's asking if the video will be available on Vimeo or YouTube. He came late for the class, so he said he wants to go over everything.
I'm sure we will make it available. Right. Yes, there we go. So I'm sure we will make it available. Perhaps if we can just drop a message in the chat box, perhaps what platform we will be uploading it on. I'm sure someone from ChainEX will just add it on there where we will be adding the video.
All right. So if ChainEX has a YouTube channel, I think perhaps it would be good if they drop the link to their YouTube channel so that people can just easily subscribe and then turn on the notification so that once the video is uploaded, it'll just be easy for them to get notified and watch the video.
Awesome. Yes, so we will be uploading it on YouTube, and we will post a link to our YouTube channel within a moment. And as you've mentioned, make sure that everyone can subscribe to it and get notified the moment the video is uploaded.
All right, so Mr. Chinedum Kingsley, I hope you heard that. And same thing goes for everybody who is interested in watching the video. I know I'm going to watch that video and spread it, because trust me, that's a lot of knowledge. Okay, the link to their YouTube channel is there. They posted it in the chat box. So from Somewhat Digital, Wanda, please warm up. There's a question for you.
Yeah.
So somebody's asking, yeah, because I have to ask all the questions. Somebody's asking on OKX, please, what's the difference between swap and margin? Then we have futures. Please explain the differences between all.
Now, I think I've separated or explained the difference between futures and margin. Yeah. So futures and margin are not in the same league. So I'm just going to explain the difference between swap and futures. Now, swap is fully a perpetual swap. Yeah. Perpetual swap contracts. Now, futures is also a contract market. Now, the only difference is this: futures contracts expire. Now, I mentioned earlier that you're buying contracts when you're futures trading. You're buying certain amounts of contracts, based on the leverage that you've exposed your account to. You are simply buying futures contracts. This is what I think the market is going to do, and I'm putting my money behind me. I'm amplifying my leverage. Now, swap and futures are the same thing. The only difference is the contracts. Perpetual swap contracts don't expire. Futures contracts do. I believe about a year ago or before the market, we started having introductions to perpetual swap contracts. Every 3 months, 2 months, we get these Bitcoin contracts are going to expire tomorrow. Expect a dump. Yeah. For those who have been trading for a while now, I believe you can recall something like this. The market, the contracts are going to expire tomorrow. They're going to expire this. They're going to expire that. So everybody is likely going to want to out of that contract that they're holding because it's going to become valueless. So people are going to sell. So perpetual swap contracts don't expire. That's why we have a lot more pairs listed under perpetual swap on OKX than the futures market. You go to the futures market, you have just 1 or 2, 5, 6, 7 pairs listed there. But when you go to perpetual swap, you have a lot of alternate coins trading there. Let me see if I can show you that. Okay. All right. So all right. So using my USDT margin, you can find a lot of alternate coins here, like 20, 30 of them, different cryptos for the perpetual swap contracts. Now this is the perpetual swap market. You can see it up there, perpetual swap. Coin margin, well, they're just different swap contracts. All right. Now we go to futures. Under futures contracts, you see Bitcoin, LTC, Ethereum Classic, XRP, just about 10 of them. Now, these contracts do expire. You see, we have different types of futures contracts on OKX. So the significant difference between futures and perpetual swap, they are all, futures, the futures market, but the difference is the contracts. These contracts expire, those don't, all right? So if you're trading perpetual swap contracts, you're just trading full time. The contracts don't expire; they're always just revolving. If you're trading futures, well, give or take a few months, those contracts are going to expire and the market is going to reshuffle. So we are working with perpetual swap mostly because those contracts are always static; they don't go anywhere. All right. So I think I've explained that.
All right, thank you very much. So I hope to the person who asked the question, I hope that answers that. Well, Miss to BC Odele here, you asked the question. You said I just opened OKX on Monday, OKX account on Monday. I came on late and would love to know how to become a better margin trader. Well, the answer to that your question, let me not stress Wonder. The answer to that question can be found on the ChainEX YouTube page, the YouTube channel, sorry. So just make sure, I know you can see the link in the chat box. If you cannot see the link, please signify so I'll repost it for you. So just go to their YouTube channel, watch the video, subscribe, like the video, and turn on your notifications. Who knows, we might have more of this in the future. So just make sure. Okay, thank you very much, ChainEX. So if you still have any question, please let's ask Wanda, because we'll try and round this up by 4 o'clock. Welcome, DC. So for those that are just joining us, people like BC that just joined us, please mute your audio. Hello, Raji, please mute your audio. Thank you. All right. So as I was saying, I almost lost my train of thought there. For those that are just joining us, let me give a quick recap. If you are interested in watching this class, if you're interested in knowing what exactly transpired today, between Michael, myself, Wanda, and those who asked wonderful questions, go to the YouTube channel of the OKEx. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Go to the YouTube channel of the ChainEX group. Then the link is in the chat box. Make sure you watch the video by the time they upload it. Please go to the channel now. The link to their YouTube channel is there. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that as soon as they upload the video, you get it. So ChainEX just posted the Telegram link to the group dedicated for the margin trading competition. So if you're interested, or if you know somebody who is interested, if you know good traders, if you are a good trader, please just join the group and have a shot at winning 1,300 USDT. That's $1,300. So do we have any other question for Mr. Wanda? Okay, so I don't think we have any more questions.
Excuse me, I have a question.
If you have a question, please send it in the chat box.
All right.
Thank you. Please mute your audio. Thank you. So we'll wait for his question. So in the meantime, Wanda, how have you been seeing this market? What are your thoughts and predictions for this market? As you can see, the market is just.
I was bullish on Bitcoin earlier, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not specific about Bitcoin now, because we have to
market in general.
We have to come to the realization that a lot of people, or some people, might not be into Bitcoin at the moment. Some people might be trading other alts. Some people like DeFi tokens, but well, that's another topic for that day. So people have other alts in mind. So, like, what are your thoughts? As regards the market in general.
Okay. Now, personally, I think the whole market is tied to Bitcoin. Anyhow you want to do it, will still come around to what is Bitcoin going to do. But besides Bitcoin, I'm actually looking at a few other top alternate coins like Link. Now, personally, I think Link is a very good spot. I think I gave a signal for it in my Telegram group last night to buy Link around below 8.4, and today is already trading at close to 8.9. Now I think Link is at a very good spot to pick it up, and we'll probably see an increase to give or take $10 in the next few days if Bitcoin allows. But we should see that kind of increase for Link soon. Very soon, I'm looking to pick up some EOS at 2.3. If it actually goes well, I'm actually expecting a lot from EOS very soon. So probably we should be able to pick up a few of EOS tokens at 2.3 and see a decent increase in price over the next few weeks. Yeah. So besides that, a few other tokens, we'll trade them when we see them. Besides that, probably BAT. BAT is a little bottomed out at the moment. Just need a little more information to get a clear buy signal from BAT, XLM, Ripple, maybe TRX. Besides that, I'm not looking at most small alternate coins for a mid-term position, just short-term. So besides this one, I can't really make a comment on long-term standing in the market.
All right, thank you for the analysis. So for those who are listening, one that just said he's eyeing Link and one other coin. For those who heard him, let me not give away all your whole
video to get that one.
Yeah, you have to go by the video, exactly. So somebody asked a question. The person said, "Does BTC control other odds?"
Well, control is relative. When Bitcoin pumps, alternate coin dumps, and stuff like that. So I think, in a way, yeah, it does. So the market is partially tethered to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin can slow the pace at which other alternate coins grow. Even if it's bullish, it's not going to go anywhere until Bitcoin gives it the go ahead. So yeah, partially, yeah, Bitcoin does control the market.
So I just want to add this quickly. Think of Bitcoin as a traffic light. Naturally, you expect that when the traffic light is on red, virtually all moving vehicles should stop, and when it's on green, then you can go. But in reality, though, there are some people who are fond of beating the traffic lights. Think of them as those coins that they don't follow the norm. So BTC, while we can say BTC actually has an effect on the the upswing or downswing of other coins or tokens, we cannot really say it's controlling them because they have their own separate markets. But at the end of the day, people are dependent on the price action of BTC.
Perfect.
So
well said.
Let me take Raji Olumide. Okay, so you asked the question. If you are interested in learning how to trade, well, you can meet with Prince Wonder. I heard his fee is affordable. It's not too expensive. You don't have to break the bank, but you get the best of the best. So at least that way we're able to put you through. So Wonder, I think maybe you need to tell them like how much you charge for trading, because I think some people just sent me WhatsApp messages. Please, if you have questions, send them here. Some people asked about
Okay.
those that want to learn how to trade margins. So maybe you just quickly chip in like your own thing.
All right. Well, my own trading academy or my own course outline for those who want to trade is actually quite simple. We go through the basics of what the market is, what the market actually is, not what the brief money making outline they give you online. We give you what the market actually is. That's what the market Wonder Fund is all about. We tell you what the market actually is. How to predict price, not just look for pumps, how to predict price. Is the market going to go up? Is it going to come down? Based on technical and fundamental analysis. So we're going to be teaching you how to do that, as well as manage risk. I think that's most important. Someone was having a conversation on WhatsApp earlier today, and they were like, how come you don't lose money? Like, everybody loses money in the market. The difference is, how much do you lose? Are you losing your entire account when Bitcoin has a little shake up? Because Bitcoin had a little drop to 10,100 and is it $38 or 18 last night, and then how come you didn't lose money? How come your stop losses were not really all that triggered? And even when they did, you were not losing much. Now, it's all about risk management, managing your risk in the market. You don't risk exposure. I think I mentioned that earlier when I was talking about margin trading. So we go through how to analyze the market and also manage your risk so you're not exposing your account to more than you need to. So even when you lose money, by the time you've gone through the whole market, Bitcoin has a massive dump, alternate coins are losing or bleeding badly, you find out that after all this whole thing, you only still lost like 2-3% your trading capital. I know it sounds unbelievable, but actually we do that. So you go through all that and you see, well, you've really not lost money and you're barely losing money. Even when the market goes against you, you lose a little amount. When it does, you're making so much, and so we go through, that's what we do. We teach you how to trade, and the fee for the class, the duration for the class is actually 2 months, 8 weeks. It's on Zoom just like this. So we're actually going to be having one-on-one classes on a daily. So the fee for the class is $250, not expensive. So I think it's affordable. So we're going to be giving you the tools that you need to be able to trade the financial markets, cryptocurrencies, Forex, whichever one you prefer. All right.
All right, thank you very much. So before we round up, I think that will be all the questions. So before we round up, there's this joke I do make with some of my crypto friends, people who trade, We say, okay, let me put it like this. We say, real men, they go into the market direct, they don't use stop loss, but we are boys, so we have to use stop loss.
No,
because,
they do that kind of play.
because at the end of the day, you have to look at the fact that, when you go into the market and, let's say you're trading with like 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira, it might not be, it might not look like much. Maybe you lose like 10%. But imagine you're trading with like 10 million naira, 15 million naira, and you don't have stop loss on your trades. And then maybe you experience like a 30% loss. Do you know what that means? That's serious money.
Serious money. Me lost in a flash. People see
okay, so I think I'll take this question before we round up. This one I'll answer it personally. So somebody said on OKEx, thank you very much for that, Sojo. So somebody said on OKEx, it is stated that if I deposit 100 USDT, I'll get $10. How does it work? Okay, so let me explain that to you. Now, on OKEx, if you buy crypto on OKEx using our third-party gateways like Banksa, like Paxful, and the rest, you buy $100 worth of crypto from them, not just from anywhere, from those people, you get $10 as a first timer. Please, that is very, very important. As a first timer, yeah. And also, if you use the OKEx app, this is very, very important, and I think everybody should pay attention to this. If you download the OKEx app right now, I think like me now, I use Samsung, so I'm talking about the Android version. I don't know if it's applicable on the iOS, but I think it should still be the same thing. Now, if you have the OKEx app, you download it, you get the link, because there are two ways of doing that. There's the Android share link. If you get the Android share link, not just the referral link, and you send it to a friend. Now, if that friend registers using the Android share link, meaning the friend would collect your link, accept it, use your link to download the OKEx app from the Play Store. Now, if that person funds his account with $100 and trades, they will give you $30. So if you have friends who do that, you get $30. Free, clean, no stress. So trust me, I do tell, actually, Gallop, the link is working. I'll show you how to do it. I help my friends to fix it. The link is actually working. So I do tell people that OKEx is the gift that keeps on giving, and I really, really, really want everybody, to try as much as possible to go to the YouTube channel of ChainEX. Subscribe, please, so that and turn on the notification so that once they upload the video on their YouTube channel, you get access to the videos and you watch it at your convenience and you learn a lot of things. So I want to thank you for taking out time from your. Okay, I said please. Which one? What do you want me to repeat? Is it the ChainEX or the OKEx $30? Well, the person using the iPhone, I'll tell you that if you want to hear what I just said, go to the YouTube channel of ChainEX, subscribe and turn on notifications so that when the video is out, you can sit down at your own convenience and you get what I said. So thank you. I've already answered the question. Subscribe to the YouTube channel of ChainEX. Thank you. I think if you subscribe, okay, that's good. So the link is there. Let me post the link one more time for everybody. Okay. So that's their link. Now, if you are interested in joining the margin trading competition from ChainEX, I've dropped the link to their Telegram. Let me now drop their own sign-up link. Please, it is essential that you use the sign-up link of ChainEX. If you are interested, you have to use their sign-up link and you have to join the dedicated group on Telegram. And also, if you need more information, if it's not clear, please refer to this link I'm about to send. So I think that's on that. All right. Oh, somebody said from Rhino Master, he said accumulate a deposit of over $100 and trade over $3,000 and you receive $20 in free USDT. Wow. So the total price pool is $1,000. First come, first serve. Okay, so let me quickly say that again. Now about the trading competition, the margin trading competition. If you deposit over $100, that's 101, 102 and above, and you trade over $3,000, multiple trading, you get a trade volume of over $3,000. you will receive $20 free. But there's a caveat there. This $20 is on a first come, first serve basis. So if you actually delay, you will lose out. Okay, BC, you're finding it difficult to download OKEx app on Google Play. What seems to be the problem? You know what? If you're on WhatsApp, message me and I'll send you a direct link to download it. Gallop Jr., what I meant by signing up with the ChainEX link. Now, look at the message I just sent, the one I just sent now. Can you see it? So basically, the sign up link is there, the okx.com/join/1939211. Good. Now that is the link you have to use to register for you to be eligible to participate. Okay, let me drop my WhatsApp number. All right. It's +234, please. Let me, it's +234, not just 234. The plus is very, very important. Okay, so I think that will be that on that. If you have any queries regarding to what we discussed here today, I'll advise you one more time to subscribe to the YouTube channel of ChainEX. Turn on your notifications so you get notified once the video is posted. So I really, really want to thank everybody for coming out here today, because trust me, this is not just about us, this is about you. And without everybody present here, this wouldn't have been possible. I want to thank ChainEX for their generosity, because trust me, $1,300 is a lot of money, and you have to agree with me. I want to thank you for your generosity. I want to thank you, Prince Wonder, for taking out time from your busy schedule, because I know how busy you are. You know, I want to thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to educate people. You know, trust me, education is like they say, education is the best legacy. Yeah, so
yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's the legacy we're trying to pass on at OKEx. I want to tell you that OKEx loves you. And now, if you have any questions, obviously not relating to what we discussed here today, because if you want the answer to that one, please, the YouTube channel is there for you. So if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me and I promise to answer you. So thank you very much. Michael, I don't know if you would like to add anything else.
Yeah, thanks so much again for you guys also, both of you guys, for taking out the time. And I want to mention to everyone, OKEx is there for your margin trading, and then ChainEX is there. And probably some of the reasons why people prefer ChainEX is because of our great scaling fees, our referral incentive, our alternative coins, and then also at the end of the day, we have a BTC ZAR pairing for any South Africans. But I appreciate again, guys, thank you for your time. And thanks again for the ChainEX team for organizing this. And I wish everyone a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you for that. So have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, bye.